So this is the continuation of your one-point perspective practice drawing. First, with demo 1, I want you to draw these 3 boxes. One should be above your eye level or the horizon line, one on the horizon line, and one below the horizon line. Now you are going to choose 3 shapes to do on the right. They can be whatever shapes you want. I'll show you some simple and some more complex shapes. You're going to start with the flat shape facing you and then extend it in space. So for example, you can take a star and think, how is that going to extend in space? Or you could do a letter, or I'll start with a circle and turn it into a cylinder. Here's a circle. Okay, now if I were wanting to see how that circle extends through space, in other words, to give it depth as a cylinder, like say a tall tower or something like that, I'm going to go from the vanishing point to the outermost part of the curve. So wherever my ruler hits first, that's what I use for a line. And then I'm going to draw down to the vanishing point. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my ruler, slide up till I hit the outer edge of the curve, wherever that is, and I'm going to draw a line. Okay? Now to end the shape, here I drew a parallel line at the back to the line at the front. Here I'm going to look at this curve, and I'm going to repeat a parallel curve at the bottom. And there you have it. A cylinder going back in space. Look at my pencil right now. See, the top looks bigger and it looks smaller and smaller as it goes into the vanishing point. Okay, that's just starting with the circle. Now I'll try a more complex shape, like a letter. Let's see. I will try the letter S for Sophia. All right, I'm going to take a letter. Now if I just use this one line, it would seem like a flat piece of paper curling. So I'm going to turn it into a block letter. Okay, now it has some thickness to it, so you can imagine it's the top edge of a shape. Now I'm going to line up from the vanishing point to the outer edge of the curve. Wherever that is, I'm going to draw that line. You don't have to draw your line all the way, because I'm not going to keep it that long. I have some words in the middle of the page I want you to be able to read. There. Here's another point. So I'm going to line up from there to the vanishing point. Here's another point. I'm going to line up to the vanishing point from that point. And those are all the points I can hit. Here is just a long continuous curve. So let's see what happens. Now I'm going to look at the other side too. We're imagining it's opaque, but I would see a little bit of an inside plane there. The rule is, if you can line up from that point to the vanishing point and draw a line, then you're going to draw it until you hit the top shape. So I stopped when I hit the S again. Do I see any other points like that? No, no, okay. So now I'm going to try to repeat a parallel curve at the bottom. I'm going to end it here. So I'm following this curve here, and I'm trying to go parallel. And now that's just going to disappear because this wall is covering it. Now that lines up about there. So I'm going to go there for that point. This is this angle. I'm going to go that angle. This angle goes like that. Okay, so I did the back edges parallel to the front. I'm going to take away the extra. And there you have it, an S extending into space. I don't need to worry about a bottom edge for this inside plane because it's covered by this wall. All right, if I were to add some shading, then it would look like this is dark in there, because it's kind of covered. Like it's curving in behind, right? And this is curved too, so you could, in theory, combine with shading to give that illusion of volume even more. This might be dark inside. Okay, so that's a letter. Sorry, that looks a little funny there. There you go. And now I'm going to do a star at the bottom. To not bore you with my video, I'm just going to trace this star. No, I'm not. Okay. I'm going to do a star. If you feel like this is really brand new for you and you've never done it before, don't feel that you must do complex shapes now. You can stick with doing 3 more boxes on the side. That's totally fine. I'm just showing because some people have learned this before and might want to extend into more complex forms. But if you are brand new, try a cylinder and some boxes. Those will get you far in life. Okay, here's a star. Now I'm going to look from the vanishing point to each point, and I'm going to draw into the vanishing point. Again, I have words in the middle of the page, so I'm not going to draw all the way. The rule is, if you can draw a line to the vanishing point without hitting the first shape you drew, you're going to draw it. All right, there's my star. I'm going to check my back corners too. Like I said, if I can draw to the vanishing point without hitting the star, I'm going to draw it. You know what, I'm going to make that a little shorter so it doesn't look awkward, because otherwise it's going to end right at the other point. Okay. I'm going to draw that line. And here I cannot draw from this point without crossing the star. So there's nothing to draw there, and there's nowhere else to draw from here. Alright, so there's my first shape. I just separated those points a little so it won't look awkward. I don't want the lines merging into each other and getting too confusing. So I'm going to move that line up here. Okay. Now it's the same idea as the boxes yet again. You're going to look at the front edge and you're going to cut it parallel at the back. So here's my star. I'm going to line up on that line and I'm going to draw back. Here this line goes this way. And then I'm going to line up parallel and cut it at the back. Okay. And this line here doesn't actually have an extension on it. So I'm going to go down to this line and I'm going to go sliding out. I see this line here. I'm going to go back there. And then here, and there's my 3D star. Now let me take away these extension lines that we don't need anymore. Okay, so you can see this is the side plane. That's the front. And this is the top plane of that arm. All right. Varying the value would make it more clear which plane is which. Now don't just copy what this looks like. I want you to start with your own 3 shapes. So I started with a circle, an S, and a star. You can start with whatever 3 shapes. Just think simple shapes, circles, letters. Like I said, if this is totally brand new to you, just do boxes. That is totally fine. Okay, but I want to see 6 shapes in 1 point perspective. That's your assignment here.